Okay, welcome to this tutorial, and let's start by creating a 1280 by 720 pixels document, and that is the official size of thumbnails on YouTube. So I'm just gonna start by creating a blue background, and let's make a fill and hit OK. Filter and lens correction, and go to custom and slide the vignette down to like minus 50 or 52, and I'm just gonna drag the midpoint a little bit down and then hit OK, and then we have a little bit of shading on the borders, and I'm just gonna save this now so I won't lose my work. I'm just gonna name this custom thumbnail, and let's hit OK here. So what I'm gonna do now is go into Premiere where I was editing my video, and I'm gonna go down here to export frame. What it's gonna do, it's gonna save one frame from the video, and I'm gonna use this frame as one of my thumbnails, and YouTube actually allows you to split test different custom thumbnails for your video. So my first thumbnail is gonna be using this picture of me in this frame. So I'm gonna export this, and let's go back into Photoshop, and I'm just gonna open up the file I just saved. It should be here in the folder, and let's do open. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make a selection around my picture, or my head and torso. So I'm gonna be using that in the thumbnail, and I am using the pen tool to quickly just lay down some tangent points. I'm not doing it super precise. I've been doing this for quite some time, so I've gotten pretty quick using this tool. There is another tool that actually does this quicker, but for this tutorial I'm gonna use the pen tool, and I'm just gonna quickly make a selection path here around my body here in the frame. So let's go around here, and I'm not gonna worry too much about having the hair perfect. This is gonna be enough for the thumbnail. And let's go to path and activate the path as a selection, and copy it and paste into the thumbnail document we created. I'm just gonna try to see how it works out, changing the color a bit. So I did the image grayscale, and I'm gonna change it to RGB, and then I'm gonna change it to, I wanna put like a duotone effect, but it's not working. So I'm gonna go back to grayscale, and the issue is I think the image is 16-bit, and we have to change that to 8-bit. So now we can choose duotone, and I just want to play around a little bit with this and see what kind of effect we can get for this image. And I have to pick like two colors, one for the lighter areas and another one for the shades. And you just have to play around with this a little bit to see, the results. I'm just choosing some blue and orange kind of colors. This is not what I want. This is, I'm gonna try tritone and see how that works out. This a little bit, too bluish. It's not, doesn't have enough contrast in my opinion. And I don't know, I think I'm not gonna go with this duotone effect. It's just the picture quality and the picture lighting doesn't suit this image. But let's see how it works out. As you see, the contrast is not high enough in my opinion. I'm gonna move it here. So I'm gonna just drive the levels a little bit up and see, it's a little bit better like this. Try to get that explosiveness in the picture, so when you see it, see the thumbnail a little bit smaller, then it's gonna pop out a little bit more. So let's go ahead with this image here. I'm just gonna position it where I like it, at the right border of this image, and let's go to drop shadow just to soften a little bit the border and drive up the distance here. I want to have it on the other side, so I'm going to change the angle of the shadow. And as you can see on the down, it's let's move the shadow a little bit more down so it looks more natural. Change the opacity a little bit, and I kind of like it like this. I'm just gonna soften with the blur tool the edges a little bit, change the size a little bit, and just to soften the border, make it a little bit more natural, and just make it blend in a little bit more into the background. It's starting to come together now, I think. Now we can go okay, so let's go and save this, and let's choose the text tool and start to build this thumbnail. So I've created the text box here, and let's change the color to something more orangey that harmonies that creates a little bit of harmony with the picture. So I'm just gonna lay down the text here, change the size to maybe 200 points, or maybe a little bit too big, 130. Okay, and let's just change the font, and I'm gonna choose something like, let's see, I'm gonna choose something that I like. Let's just go with Proxima Nova. That's a font that I really like, and let's try to make this a little bit more readable or have more contrast, so I'm gonna play with the weight of the font and maybe try to break it up a little bit by using italics. And yeah, I'm gonna change the leading a little bit. I think the lines are a little bit too far from each other, so I'm gonna narrow it a little bit. And yeah, I like it more like this. So what I was doing is I was zooming out just so sometimes it's good to see your design from, a distance, or like when it's scaled down or small, because if it grabs the attention of the eye when it's small, then I think you are on the right way. And thumbnails on YouTube are usually smaller, so you wanna try to emulate that a little bit. So I'm just gonna save this here as version 1. So this would be the first thumbnail. And now I'm going into my dashboard and I'm gonna show you how you can change the thumbnail and do some split testing. So I'm just trying to find the video I was working on. Let's see. So yeah, now I'm gonna do the third version of the thumbnail, and I'm gonna change the title. So I'm split testing 3 different versions. Let's just try something like 3 must-have tools for graphic designers. Or 3 must-have tools for motion graphic designers. And I'm gonna do the same with this, try to break the typeface a little bit up so it's not just this one chunky, mass. I wanna try to break it up a little bit. This is a little bit too big in my opinion. I'm gonna scale it down. And try to position it where I want to have it. So I'm gonna change the color of this word and maybe play around a little bit with the typeface. So yeah, I'm gonna export this frame or thumbnail. So now I'm gonna do the last version, and I'm gonna change the background color to more yellowish, and still using the same image, but now I'm gonna go with 3 tools for motion graphic designers. So I'm gonna change the colors a little bit. So I'm doing 3 different versions because now YouTube lets you easily split test different versions to see which one gets the most click-through rates. So that's something that is really important if you are doing YouTube videos, because you want people to click your thumbnails to get your views. So I'm playing around a little bit with the size of the fonts and the words, just, yeah, gonna play around with the number 3. Having some trouble selecting the, okay, here it is. So yeah, let's export this. Yeah, so this would be the V2 thumbnail.